Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynic Alex, and the anniversary update is actually not that far away. We were talking about it on Twitch tonight, and we basically figured out, AutoClamp and a couple of other guys figured out that we should be getting a sneak peek actually towards the end of this week, which is pretty exciting. I know you guys are always looking for news about the next update and a timeline, so I wanted to give you a timeline at the beginning of this video. I originally thought, and I mean, it's still possible, but I originally thought that the update would land on the 27th, 28th of April. But looking back last year, and again, it was people on Twitch who did this work for me, for us, the update last year actually landed on the 20th of April 2020. Now, obviously days shift. The 20th of April is not always on the same day of the week. So if it stays the same, being in the third week of April rather than the fourth week of April, the last week, then yeah, it should be the 20th and the 21st of it. It so happens that it's the same day because the 20th is a Tuesday and the 21st is a Wednesday. So based on your time zone, it'll be one of those 2 days when the actual update lands. And if the actual update is landing then, it means that we can work backwards from there and figure things out, which means the Facebook live stream with Cage and Kim is either going to be on the 19th, the Monday, or if they want to go back to the original day, it would be on the 16th, the Friday. If the live stream is on the 16th, then we only have about 9 days, which is actually coincidentally the amount of time left on the Future Pass. We only have 9 days until that live stream, which means we're going to need to see 5 sneak peeks between now and then. No, I'm not saying expect a sneak peek tomorrow, but maybe we see a sneak peek on Thursday or Friday or Saturday or Sunday or Monday. I basically just said the rest of the week, but yeah, by the end of the week, I expect a sneak peek. So it's pretty close for us to know what the update is. So I've taken this opportunity to make this video since we don't know what the update is going to be. There's a lot of speculation on what it could be. I think the most popular one right now is an original character update because there's just been, it's not news, but there's just been rumblings. I guess you can call it rumblings. There was an article that got posted on a Korean website that got taken down, and there was a drawing. There was some artwork done by a Reddit mod. The artwork's great for sort of like an alternate Luna Snow outfit. And then someone went and photoshopped that alternate outfit and tried to pass it off as like a pre-update super sneak peek that got leaked kind of thing. Everybody wants to be the ones to break the story. But yeah, I have absolutely no idea. I don't actually give any real, tangible credit to that original characters update. So I'm not putting my horse, like that's not my horse in the race. I'm not putting my money down on that original characters update. It's definitely possible that we get an original characters update. When I say original characters, I'm talking Crescent, Sharon Rogers, and Luna Snow, because those are the 3 original characters. But you could also be referring to the Warriors of the Sky, because they are also original characters, Blue Dragon et al. Because the Warriors of the Sky have never gotten a uniform before, and they were released last year in January. So some people would say they're due. And then Luna and Sharon haven't gotten uniforms. Like Luna got hers in 2019 at the end. Crescent and Sharon got theirs, I believe, January 2020, and that's when Crescent got her tier 3. So again, it's been a year plus for these characters. Possibly they're due, but again, that's the only thing that would make me maybe say like there's a 10% chance it's the original characters update because of the uniform discrepancy based on the past, right? She comes out in 2018, she gets a uniform in 2019, she gets another uniform in the end of 2019, early 2020, whatever, like the timeline, right? But besides that, there's absolutely nothing connecting it to OCs. So I got 5, I lied, I got 6 ideas for updates, because really after Herald Thor, which we only knew about because Kim tweeted about reading Donny Cates' Thor stuff, so we sort of knew if it's for her job, MFF is the Marvel game she covers, it's going to be a Herald Thor update. We had no idea about Dawn of X. Dawn of X was like completely out of left field. Amazing update, by the way. Yesterday's Gambit video, super hype, you should check it out. And then the Defenders update was really, really good, but also out of left field, especially Mephisto as well. Now, here's the thing with Defenders. I don't actually want to focus on Mephisto. I want to focus on the Defenders here. I really enjoyed this update from this point of view. Some people said the update is a little bit dry because there's 2 new characters, but content-wise, there isn't that much. But besides Mephisto, or Mephisto was Dawn of X. I actually can't remember when Mephisto came out. I apologize. Anywho, the point I'm trying to... No, it was with Defenders. Yes, it was with Defenders. Yes. Okay, not Dawn of X. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is I really like the Defenders in this update because of the synergies these characters have, right? Iron Fist is a leadership, so he can buff them all for PvE content, and Luke Cage is a leadership for PvP. So they're sort of designating characters to different roles, and then Jessica Jones fills in a support role for either PvP or PvE, and then Iron Fist, Daredevil, and Luke Cage do the heavy lifting in terms of damage for PvE and PvP. So I really like that they're designating the roles more clearly, and they're making these characters all good, right? We're not going to get the Nightcrawler treatment. We're not going to get the Elsa, Silk, Heimdall, Sif treatment, right? That's sort of gone. I'm really hoping they never do that again. But they're really running with this ability idea, and I really like it, so I want to keep highlighting it. And so I was thinking about what other factions, like the Defenders, could we see this type of update for? And I think one that would be a really cool idea for the anniversary, because it's an anniversary and you always go back to the basics with the anniversary, would be the Avengers. And the Avengers actually don't have a tag at all with any iteration of any of their characters. They don't have a tag. They exist. Like you can see, it says the Avengers. But when you go to any of his uniforms, like let's say Endgame, for example, he has like the Brave tag or the leadership and command, but they don't have the Avengers. And we actually have the Dark Avengers, of course, for Sentry and those guys. So why don't we have the Avengers, right? So it's high time that the Avengers got something. They could finally give a Hawkeye his tier 3, right? Because Hawkeye's the only original Avenger from that original movie back in, 2010, 11, 12? I can't remember. But anyways, he's the only member because Hulk, Black Widow, they all have their tier 3, right? So the Avengers is really my first guess as to what would make sense and be the most thematic for an update, for an anniversary type update, right? Let's go back to the basics. Let's go back to the Avengers, where it all started with Marvel Future Fight, because at the time when the game came out, people didn't know Marvel that well, and Avengers were the easiest thing to sort of latch onto. And of course, that's where the MCU ended up going after building out Iron Man's story and Cap's story and Thor's story. So Avengers is my first option. The next option is basically the enemies of the Avengers, Thanos and the Black Order. Now, I've said this when we got Null World Boss Legend, but now that we have Mephisto World Boss Legend, I actually think it's a really cool idea to do Thanos World Boss Legend. So I could really imagine an update where Thanos gets his World Boss Legend. Maybe he gets a new uniform, maybe not. And then these cats up here, they get a Transcended skill. Maybe we leave Supergiant out of it because she's obviously the ugly duckling. But you got Proxima, Ebony, Corvus, and Cull. All could get Transcended skills. You could have 4 Transcended skills plus Thanos new uniform or whatever, right? So it'd be a huge update content-wise because you get 4 brand new characters being breathed life into. Anyways, whatever. And all these characters kind of suck, let's be honest. Besides Ebony's passive for the team, they kind of suck. So having them get buffs would really make sense. And it works on so many levels. They're sort of the antithesis of the Avengers kind of thing because of the way that Infinity War Endgame played out. She battled Black Widow and Scarlet Witch. He battled Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, and whatever. He battled, Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, but, other characters as well. You sort of get what I'm saying. Vision and Cap and Falcon and stuff. So you kind of get what I'm saying. So I think that'd be a really cool idea as well. And again, they could give that ability tag because the Black Order don't have that at all, right? But they could give that ability tag to them. Maybe take away the durability and give them the Black Order tag, right? For Thanos and the Black Order. I think that'd be dope. That's a great idea for me, personally. I think it's a great idea. Next one is the Brotherhood of Evil. Now, this one's a little bit soft, I admit, but I just really want to see, and we're going to need an update to bring in Omega Red, because he was one of the characters voted on in the poll. I'm kind of ignoring Hela and Black, and, what's his name? Adam Warlock? Yeah, him. I'm kind of ignoring those two right now in this video. I'm not really... I mean, we're going to get a tier 3 for them eventually. I don't know if it's going to be in this update. I can't really think of an update surrounding Hela or surrounding Adam Warlock that could really work. Maybe like Infinity Watch. But for Omega Red, he could easily slot in with the Brotherhood of Evil. And then that would justify new uniforms and new upgrades for Juggernaut and Sabretooth and pretty much any other X-Men villain that they really want to. At one point or another, you could say Mr. Sinister wants to help the Brotherhood of Evil, or like... any other character, Dakin, whoever, right? So you can just justify boosting up all of these X-villains, and a lot of them are pretty popular, so they sell pretty well. Again, I don't think it's my best idea, but I like Brotherhood of Evil. I really like Omega Red, and I think there's some other pretty popular X-Men villains who could use the buff and who could use, a Defenders-esque synergy. I would really love to see a Defenders-esque synergy for some of these types of teams. All, of course, led by Magneto getting a new uniform. Although I love this uniform. Maybe he doesn't need a new uniform. Maybe he just needs the ability tag. and he needs some new synergistic passives that he can get from Mr. Sinister, or he can get from Omega Red or Juggernaut or Sabretooth to sort of buff him and buff the team up. So that's my idea there. It actually sounds better when you flesh it out. The next one, again, sticking with the team idea, sticking with the ability idea. They have an ability tag, but they don't do anything with it besides things, his leadership and things passive, is the Fantastic Four. So again, I could see a Fantastic Four update. Now, on the Fantastic Four's end, there's the 60th or 65th anniversary later this year in like September or October. So maybe that's their justification to not do one now and to do one later. But basically, top to bottom, every one of the Fantastic Four needs a buff. He needs a buff, and he's got tons of looks in the comics. Sue needs a buff. Thing needs a buff. Johnny Storm, Human Torch needs a buff. And you also have the possibility whenever you're talking Fantastic Four, maybe you're talking Kang, maybe you're talking Pistol Pop Pete. You're also talking Doctor Doom. Maybe we get God Emperor Doom in Tier 3, right? I know you guys love that. So he obviously wouldn't have that Fantastic Four passive tag, but they could definitely get, they have it. They just have to do more with it, right? That's all. So I think that's a dope idea. I really like that one. And of course, I know you guys are going to go nuts for Doctor Doom. Last two here that I think are really good. The first one is Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, in the case of Star-Lord, he's quite good. In the case of everyone else in the Guardians of the Galaxy, they're pretty shit. It's top to bottom, they're terrible. This uniform did not do enough for Groot to be considered anything. This was a blip on the radar. It was barely registered. And then as far as the rest of them go, it is a painful journey to the bottom. He's been so bad for so long. It's like incalculable. And then right next to him, where is she? I don't even know, man. Oh, she's at the top because I'm working on her uniform. Yeah. Right next to him is Gamora. She's been terrible for forever. So this one, Guardians of the Galaxy really gives me Defenders vibes, right? Like the core group are terrible. And they're just begging for that Defenders treatment where they get an ability, they get a GOTG ability, and they go nuts with that for PvE and for PvP, right? The only things that make me kind of weary of my own idea is that one, we already had Guardians of the Galaxy for, I believe, the 2-year anniversary, or the 3-year anniversary. It wasn't very well received. And then also, I don't know how much they want to keep pushing Star-Lord. This will be his second uniform in less than 2 years because he got one last year for the June GOTG Epic Quest. So, yeah, I'm not too sure about that. So that one, I like it a lot because especially Drax Gamora, but I didn't even talk about Rocket as well, right? Drax Gamora and Rocket and Groot are all pretty much terrible. So they fit the bill perfectly for this, like, group rework a la the Symbiotes, the Asgardians, the Defenders. Like, there's so many groups that have gotten reworked in Marvel Future Fight lately. It's just perfect. But then there's a few caveats. Last but not least, I really think that they've opened the door for an Inhumans update. I 100% think they do. Now, they didn't give the Inhumans a tag, an ability tag, which I think is a mistake. But they did go ahead with the leadership and the passive for Medusa. And I think that definitely hints that they're going to be doing something later. Are they going to do it this soon since they dropped the Inhumans update in September last year? Maybe not. But at the same time, we have some really popular Inhumans that are only going to get more popular as time goes on. You've, of course, got Kamala Khan, you've got Crystal, you've got even Karnak, and then you've got the lesser guys like Gorgon and stuff. But you've got a lot of characters, and you've even got a lot of other Inhumans that we don't have, like Richter and others, that they could introduce into the game. So I do think the Inhumans definitely could get a really nice, like really big synergy buff update that would actually be even bigger than the one we got for Defenders because we have so many Inhumans. But I really think it could work, and it could really touch on a lot of characters in a really nice way. Even he's an Inhuman, apparently, right? So, yeah, it could even be for Kid Kaiju, as crazy as that sounds. So, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. Would you choose Avengers, Black Order, Brotherhood of Evil, Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, Inhumans, or would you choose another group altogether? What do you think? What do you expect from the anniversary besides the amazing update, or not update, like calendar rewards that we're already getting? Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.